What foundational skills do you need to acquire as an aspiring technologist or a beginner? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Obi, and after over 2 decades in technology, in education, and behavioral research, I want to talk about what every aspiring technologist must know to succeed. By the end of this video, you will learn the foundational skills that you need to build right now as you pursue a career in technology. These are the knowledge bases that will form your foundation, making it easier for you to learn any other technology down the road. And yes, AI literacy is one of them. I know what it's like to start learning something completely from scratch with no prior knowledge. Recording and posting this video on YouTube is one of those things. And believe me, it's not as simple as it looks, especially when you're just starting out. When you've been doing something for so many years, it becomes second nature to you. It feels simple and you can easily forget what it's like when you first started. You forget the details, the small steps that seem obvious now, but were once overwhelming. Adam Grant calls this the curse of knowledge. In his book, he explains that experts often make the worst teachers because they've traveled so far from where they started. The more we know, the harder it is to remember what it was like not to know. We lose touch with that beginner's mindset, and it becomes difficult to give clear directions to someone who's just starting out. When I first read that, it really struck a chord. I didn't want to fall into that trap. So I made a commitment to always keep the beginner's perspective in mind and to remember that some people may not even know the right questions to ask. This realization has helped me in my approach to course creation and teaching. It's about remembering the journey we've all had to take to get there. There are 8 foundational skills that you need to acquire as an aspiring technologist. These skills will form the basics of your knowledge and set you up for success. Let's break them down. The first is networking basics. Think of this as learning the rules of the road before driving a car. Without understanding how computers communicate, it's hard to navigate more advanced areas like cybersecurity or cloud computing. Once upon a time, while teaching someone databases, they asked me this question: what's a C drive? I had to pause and rewind to the basics. Networking is one of those things you get it wrong and everything else gets confusing really fast. Data literacy is the second one. Data is the fuel that runs modern organizations. If you want to thrive, you've got to know how to read and analyze data. It's similar to learning to read before you start writing your own stories. Another way to think of data is that data is a raw ingredient in a recipe. Without understanding what's in front of you, it's hard to cook up anything useful. The third is software development lifecycle. You've probably heard the term digital transformation, right? Well, organizations are constantly building and deploying systems and software, and the SDLC is the roadmap they use to make it happen. It's like the blueprint for building a house. You wouldn't start without a plan, right? The fourth is the structure of tech organizations. Now, if you're coming from other industries, tech organizations might feel like a whole different world. Understanding how they're structured, whether around products or traditional business units, is key. It's like learning the layout of a city before you even start exploring it. Number 5 is SQL Basics. SQL is the second most required hard skill in tech right now. Think of it like learning the alphabet of data. It's foundational to almost everything related to data, databases, and database management. If you want to speak the language of data, you need SQL. It's like the Rosetta Stone of tech jobs. Number 6 is cloud basics. Most organizations have moved their technology assets to the cloud. So if you don't know what the cloud is or how it works, you're missing out. Imagine trying to explain Netflix to someone who has never used the internet. That's how important cloud knowledge is these days. Number 7 is cybersecurity foundations. Cybersecurity is a no-brainer, right? Whether it is avoiding phishing emails or data breaches, Knowing how to protect yourself and your organization, your future organization, is important. It will be like learning how to lock your doors before leaving the house. Last but definitely not the least is AI literacy. AI is everywhere now, whether it's ChatGPT, Gemini, or other tools. Understanding how AI works and the risks it poses is essential. It's like knowing how to drive both an automatic and a manual car. You need that versatility. Now, why did I call these foundational skills? Because without these building blocks, it's like trying to build a skyscraper on a shaky foundation. It won't hold up. Once you have these skills in place, learning more advanced technologies become much easier. Remember that person who didn't know what a C drive was? Well, we tackle these basics. Their learning skyrocketed. These foundational skills will do the same for you. And here's the best part. It'll take you just about 30 minutes to learn each of these foundational skills. That's 2 hours total. Do you agree? These 8 foundational skills are your gateway to mastering technology. Whether you're going into AI, cybersecurity, cloud computing, it all starts here. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, be sure to comment, and subscribe for more insights on how to kickstart your tech career.